Welcome back guys to Mathematical Mindset. So right here guys, we are going to talk about proportion. In the previous video, we talked about ratio and how you can easily solve questions on ratio. But right here guys, in this video, I'm going to share with you how you can easily solve questions on proportions. So there are two types of proportion. We have the direct proportion and the inverse proportion. Now under direct proportion simply implies that if two quantities are in direct proportion, then if one increases, the other also increases at the same rate. If the first decreases, the second also decreases at the same rate. So in other words, two quantities are in direct proportion if their ratios always remains the same as the quantities increases or decreases. So that is what direct proportion is all about. Now we have an example question that says, if £1 is worth 1.48 US dollars, how many dollars is 750 pounds worth? So we want to simply calculate how many dollars is $750 worth. So guys, we already know that from here that we know that £1 is equivalent to $1.48. So therefore, 750 pounds will be what we need to do is to multiply it by the worth of £1, which is 1.48, and multiplying this right here, we are going to have this in the US dollars to be 1,110 US dollars. So this is the amount that 750 pounds worth in US dollars. So that is how we can easily solve a question like this right here. Now we have in another question here that says, if 30 pence costs 150 naira, what is the cost of 85 similar pen? If 30 pence costs 150 naira, what is the cost of 85 similar pen? Now we say that let the cost of 85 pen be X naira. So since we do not know the cost, now the price is directly proportional to the quantities. Hence, we can see that S ratio 150 is equal to 85 ratio 30. This implies that the price is directly proportional to the quantities. For X naira, the quantity of X naira is 85 similar pen, and for 150 naira, the quantity is 30 pen. So that is what it means that the price is directly proportional to the quantities. Hence, we can easily write this out in fraction form. So we have X over 150 is equal to 85 over 30 in fraction form. Next, we want to simply cross multiply. And when we cross multiply right here, we are going to have 30 times X is equal to 85 times 150. Alright, now all we want to do is to divide both sides by 30. So let's divide both sides by 30. So this is going to cancel out this. So what we have left is X is equals to 85 times 150 over 30. So what we want to do, 85 times 150, we do this right here. 150 times 85, this is 0. 5 we carry 2. 5 times 1, 5 plus 2, 7. 8 times 0, 0. 8 times 5 is 40. So we put down 0, we carry 4. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 plus 4 is going to give us 12. So adding this together, we have 0, 5, 7, 2, 1. So X is equals to 12,750 divide 30. And once we divide this, we are going to have that X is equals to 425. So therefore, 85 similar pens will cost 425 naira. And guys, this becomes our final answer. Alright, so under the inverse proportion, let's take a look at what inverse proportion is all about and how we can easily solve some example questions on inverse proportion. Two quantities are in inverse proportion if one increases at the same rate as the other decreases. Two quantities are in inverse proportion if one increases at the same rate as the other decreases. Now let's take a look at an example question on inverse proportion. 12 women can harvest a cassava farm in 20 days. How long will it take A, one woman, and B, 5 women to do the same work? So how do we actually solve this? Now 12 women can harvest a cassava farm in 20 days. So how long does it take one woman to do that same job? Now what this simply implies that if 12 women can harvest a cassava farm in 20 days, then one woman is going to be 20 times 12. And if we add this together, we are going to have 240 days. So from this, we know that it will take 240 days for one woman to harvest a cassava farm. The other question says, how long will it take 5 women to do the same work? So for 5 women, it's going to be 20 times 12 divided by the number of women, which is 5. Okay, and this is going to give us 20 times 12 is 240 divide 5, and this is going to equal to 48 days. So from here right here, it will take 48 days for 5 women to harvest a cassava farm. So guys, this is how you can actually solve a question such as this right here. Now we have in another question right here under inverse proportion that says, if 6 workers can finish a job in 8 hours, how many hours will it take for 3 workers to finish the same job? So how do we actually solve this right here? Now if 6 workers can finish a job in 8 hours, how many hours will it take for 3 workers to finish the same job? So the first thing we want to do right here is for 6 workers, it is 6 times 8, which is the amount of hours, which is 48. So for 6 workers, it is 48. Now, how long will it take 3 workers to do that same job? So for 3 workers, it will be 6 times 8 over 3, which is going to give us 48 divided 3, which is equals to 3 into 4 is 1, remaining 1, which is 18. 3 into 18 is 6, and this will give us 16. So it's going to take 16 hours for 3 workers to finish that same job. So guys, this is how you can easily solve questions like this. So right here guys, I do have an exercise question that you can easily try out on proportion. Now the first question says 15 exercise books cost 45 naira. What is the cost of A, 1 similar exercise book, B, 125 similar exercise books? The second question says 9 men can do a certain job in 12 days. How long will it take A, 6 men, and B, 3 men to do that same job? So guys, simply solve out this exercise question and leave the answer below in the comment section. And guys, I'm going to see you in the next video.